the almost the end of Bones, I feel so sad knowing that I've been watching it for 12 seasons, and honestly, I wish it could go on, as far as I'm concerned, forever. Like, Bones is one of those shows that I could watch forever. Like, when it first came on, I was like, dang, this show is awesome. And now when I see Bones and Dead Flesh, I'm like, that's cool. Well, my mom just watches me watch that, and she starts going, yeah. Well, I'm going, yes! Bones is one of those shows that, for me, I feel like it could have gone as long as it wanted to. At least 3 more seasons, from what I understand. At least from my perspective. Because Bones is awesome. The whole show is awesome. I could relate to some aspects of it, because that's who I relate to the most. I could say I'm more like Agent Aubrey, because I love to eat constantly. I'm like, even though I just ate dinner, I'm still eating. My mom even says to me sometimes that, are you still eating? Yes, I am. And honestly, in retrospect to that, I could also relate to Jack Hodgins' character from Bones, because the last season before this one, he became unable to use his legs, and I go through that every day because I'm disabled too. So I could relate to how he was feeling, but in retrospect, if I met him if he was one of my friends and he was feeling that sorry for himself, I would have said, like, look, Hodgins, you have everything that anybody else could dream of. You have a great job, a great wife, couple kids. What more can you ask for? Most people aren't that lucky. So I could relate to his character and how frustrated he was in that aspect, because the only episodes I could recall me only missing 3 episodes of Bones in my whole entire life on the 12 seasons that it's been on. What I used to do when I didn't have a DVR, when Bones was on, I would actually watch 2 TVs simultaneously. Meaning, one would be on the left side of me, and one would be on the other side of me. Meaning, back when I was living in my grandmother's townhouse, I would watch Bones simultaneously, and honestly, I would watch what other show would I watch on the other channel at the same time, because scheduling conflicts? I would watch probably One Tree Hill at the time when Bones was on, and that show was on at the same time, because they were on at the same time, so I would tune in simultaneously. But it got to a point where I was watching 3 shows at once, so I had to drop one of the shows that was on at 8 o'clock and still watch Bones because I was loyal to that than One Tree Hill at the time. Honestly, there's some shows that have been going on way too long. I would rather watch Bones for another 3 seasons than actually see Supernatural go on for another what are they on? Season 13? Season 12? Bones is a lot better than Supernatural. And honestly, when I watched the retrospective of Bones last night, I was laughing. I was enjoying myself. I was like, wow, it's almost over. I can't believe it. It's like it cannot be over. I won't accept it. The only reason why I haven't even bothered buying the box set of Bones yet is because I'm waiting for the whole collection to come on Blu-ray, wherever it may be, here in the US or the UK. I'll buy it off of Amazon if I have to, because Bones is just as important as House was to me when they were both on. I would watch those two religiously at the same time, if need be. This is before DVR. This is before I even heard of the technology DVR. Bones, I've watched it for 12 seasons and it still doesn't feel over to me. I could actually watch those kind of shows forever, because it was that crucial to my teenage, I would say, growing up. It was very influential in me as an adult, because I could watch those shows that interest me more than anything else. And Bones was one of them. House was another. Let's see. What else was on? I don't like Supernatural. I think that should actually... It's been going on too long. Bones, on the other hand, I could watch for 3, 4, 5 more seasons if I have to, because it was that crucial to my knowledge of growing up as a person. I could honestly say I feel so sad knowing that it's almost over. What, 2 more weeks until the series finale? I honestly thought maybe a season ago, or maybe on the 10th season, it was over, based on how it felt. But I could actually watch it for 5 more seasons if I have to, because Bones as a show, as a whole, was that much importance to my development as a person or as an individual in that fact. I hope eventually Bones, the whole series, comes out on Blu-ray, because it's one of those shows that needs to be, the whole set of 1 through 12 need to be on Blu-ray. But if not, I'm gonna have to decide whether I want every set on DVD or a Blu-ray box set, because I hope Fox understands that I need Bones to be on Blu-ray, the whole thing. I can't accept DVDs or VHS. Or I could accept them on DVD, but why did you make them on Blu-ray then halfway through? See, that's what I don't like when it comes down to first seasons like that, where they make them and start in one format and end in another, like a Blu-ray box set. So Bones for me, growing up as what it started in 2004. Hold on, let me double check that. Bones. Bones. Okay. It's in 2005. So, oh, that was right. September 13, 2005. Well, for me, this is how important Bones was to me. I would rather watch Bones than watch Donald Trump's thing, whatever he speaks of. That's how pissed I was when I heard about when he interrupted an episode of Bones, and I was like, I was expecting Bones on that time slot, but Donald Trump interrupted for his speech instead of watching Bones. Come on, if I was running for president, I would never interrupt an iconic show like that. I would have waited an extra day for people to watch all their shows. If I was ever becoming president, I would never interrupt anybody's shows that they watch, because I probably will watch them myself. So I would have never interrupted my speech for becoming president or a candidate during the hour of Bones. Maybe on some other time slot, like something where somebody doesn't watch, I would have actually put it in that time slot where people would be forced to watch, in my honest opinion. Because when Bones was on that one day, I was adamant of watching Bones rather than watching Donald Trump talk about what he's gonna do for the country of the U.S., the U.S. of A. I would have rather watched Bones during 8 o'clock than watch him talk. Even, honestly, I would have rather watched Bones I would have felt the same way about Hillary Clinton, but at least she has the common decency to not interrupt shows of that caliber, like Bones. Unlike Donald Trump, he's disrespectful and interrupting my Bones time, and I had to watch him talk. So I was like, when I heard him, when I all of a sudden was hoping to watch Bones, all I got was Donald Trump's speeches. I'm like, come on, you're interrupting Bones for this? Why? Bones is and always will be better than most things that are out on Fox. In my honest opinion, I could watch that again, like I titled my thing. I could watch that forever. I could watch. It could go on for 20 years and I'll still watch it. It could go on for another 6 years and I'll still watch it. That's how crucial that show is. When I was growing up, or as I started watching it when I was 19, 18. I'm 30 now, so that shows you how dedicated I was to that show. And I still am. I hope eventually all the Blu-rays for Bones are gonna be coming out. But if not, if they decide to come out with a DVD version, I'm okay with that too. But I prefer every box set now on Blu-ray rather than DVD. Because I'm so sad that, again, I'm still sad that Bones is almost over. I'm kind of like shocked that it's only been on for 246 episodes, or however about that is. And Supernatural's been on for, 253 episodes? That's way too long. I would protest that Bones needs to be on a lot longer than Supernatural, if anything else. I would have preferred that, because, okay, Bones, again, it's the whole story about everything that they added onto the story for 12 years. I could say I would watch more if they had more to that show. I would watch that show forever. When they had a show called Forever, that leads me to my next point. I would actually watch that show on Channel 7. I don't know why they canceled it. I would watch that show forever too. I mean, but Bones is... it's a legendary... if I could say it's a legendary thing, it's a... yeah, it's like a Pokemon that is a legendary Pokemon. And yeah, I'm gonna put a Pokemon reference to that fact, because that's what it is. That's how I describe things. I feel so... it's like a... what's another way to describe Bones? It's like a friendship that's coming to a close and going on to something else and still being friends, but it's practically... and your friends are going their separate ways, but we're still friends, but it's gone now. It's gonna be over soon, and I feel so bad. I feel so sad too. I could watch that for 3 more seasons, or however amount I need to watch it a lot more. If I was I would tell the guys at Bones they could go on as long as they want. Whether it's 12 seasons, 13, 14, or whatever. I would have gave them that option because that's one of the shows that I could watch endlessly. I mean, endlessly. It's like that important to me that I could watch that forever. Well, I don't know what else to say. And it made me laugh too, for the most part. But in retrospect, I'm so sad that Bones is almost over. It makes me so sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because after Bones is over, there's practically nothing to watch except Empire, which I watched the first season. I sort of watched APB, but they're probably gonna cancel that show too, because they did that for, what's it called? Almost Human, which I'm not gonna be surprised if they eventually come to cancel that show too. And honestly, I'm surprised that Rosewood and Bones never actually did a crossover episode. I'm really surprised that they never did a crossover, because it's on the same network. They did one for Sleepy Hollow and Bones, but they never actually did one for Rosewood and Bones itself, so I'm kind of shocked. Yeah, I love it too, man. But now I gotta soak my sadness into more eating or something. I gotta do something else before I break down and cry. I almost cried last night watching the special, knowing that it's almost over. Oh man. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll do a bunch of spin-offs, which they did, but like The Finder, but that show wasn't as good as Bones. Well, I think that's it. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me, because I gotta think about more stuff to talk about tomorrow, or I'm gonna play a game, so who knows. But I'm so sad that Bones is leaving.
Text to speech unavailable here.